Welcome to the Pursuit Podcast, where we discuss pursuits in business, the outdoors, and life in general. Proudly recorded in the Sip Outdoors studio, I'm your host, Corbin May. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and its guest alone and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Pursuit Properties or Sip Outdoors.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of
Baby doctor appointment. We're 3 weeks out for baby number 2.
3 weeks out?
3 weeks out, man. It's come on so fast.
Oh my gosh. Do
It's
y'all
so
know what you're having?
Yeah, we're having another girl. So I'll be a girl dad times 2.
Times 2.
Yeah,
Dude.
so,
They're the best, man.
dude, they really are.
I thought I wanted a boy, like every guy is like, oh yeah, you gotta have a boy. And
Right.
Being a girl dad, I think I needed a girl.
100%. 100%. Bring you back to level.
It does, and I had all these things, like I probably would have been a terrible boy dad out the gate, and
Look, I'm kind of right there with you. I mean, obviously when you find out you're pregnant for the first time, all you're thinking is, boy, have a golfing buddy, have a hunting buddy, a little tag along the whole time. And then when that little girl pops out, you can't think of anything else after that. It's like, I can't imagine it any other way. But I was right there with you. Like, I don't know how to be a girl dad, but also like, I'm going to be too tough on my boy. Like, I'm going to want him to be like gung ho, like, let's go be the best at sports. Let's go get after it, hunt like hardcore, and probably make him resent me for it. So I got it, having the girl makes you pull back on that. Like, you got to have some tactfulness to how you raise a kid.
Correct. So. And I know I'm going to be a better boy dad if we do have, we want more kids, but
right.
if Lord bless us with a boy, I know I'm going to be a better boy dad because I had a girl first.
Exactly.
Because you can relate. It's just all you can do is just love on that little girl.
Oh yeah.
Like, I have zero expectations for her.
I know.
But I know she's going to be incredible in everything she does.
Right.
But you just love them so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And the figuring out how to be, gentle with a kid is like, because I grew up with.
You had some siblings.
Well, yeah, I do. But I'm the oldest of 3, so I'm the older brother. I had a little brother underneath me, and then my little sister was the third child. So like the gap there was like 5-6 years between me and my sister. So there wasn't that like closeness of relationship and like the doing everything with my little sister like there was my little brother. So I really knew that relationship more than me and my sister. So not really knowing how to act around like a baby girl or like be around girls, it wasn't really my thing. And like, we through my life, growing up with my brother and my sister, like the relationship me and my brother was obviously closer just because we did things together, sports, hunting, all that good stuff. And me and my sister have gotten way closer in our adulthood than we ever did childhood. But, figuring out how little girls tick and things like that has just been so much fun. And like, what gets them happy, what makes them upset, how much easier they are to, flip that switch to being emotional. It's something fun to figure out.
So how old's your oldest one now?
She will be 3 in September, so we're, a little over 2.5.
Well, 2.5 years apart. It's a good way to do it.
And then how old's your little one?
She just turned 1. Oh, she's 13 months now. So yeah,
Walking?
had her first part of walking, getting
yeah.
into everything. Had her first swim lesson yesterday.
How'd that go?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Literally. Some lady in Jackson named Mallory.
We're fixing to get in that world too. We hadn't done the swim lesson thing.
Well, we started just because we just moved to the lake.
Yeah, you need to have the buoyancy and the figuring out
Correct.
how to get to shore.
But man, she loves the water. We've already taken her to the pool a couple times, but then she came out after the lesson. They don't want you to be back there the whole time, helicopter parents. And so she was like, well, y'all definitely have a swimmer. And we're like, let's go. Yeah. I was like, I knew it. Yeah.
So did you get to watch any of the swim lesson at all? Or
So we went back for like the first couple minutes. I've actually got like a cool video on my phone, but like she does a really good job. I'll hook you up with her.
Yeah.
My wife found her, but she's got a cool little private pool. Man, it's on 20-minute slots. She's in and out, but she's got all the certifications and everything. But super sweet lady, and like as soon as she walked up, I was like, oh yeah, this lady's legit.
Oh yeah. She got a turkey hat on?
So yeah, and she's got a turkey hat on.
Yeah,
so
you knew you were in the right space.
Yeah, I can't remember her last name. I guarantee you probably know her family.
Yeah, probably so. But I guess I always kind of assume with like infant, newborn, toddler swimming lessons, it was kind of like throw them in the pool and let them flip on their back and figure it out, cry, but like be there as a guide. But I guess it's more or less
I don't
get
see.
them,
I
get them
didn't.
comfortable
I
with
didn't
the water.
stay for. I don't know what So her head was wet, so she obviously went under at some point. But they say just the earlier you start on, the better. And I mean, she loves water already, so I think that she probably eased her in, and I think she just wants to make the experience fun for her.
Right.
And then it's probably, if I had to guess, I mean, I have no idea, so I'm fully guessing.
Yeah.
Probably let them kind of freak out and know it's okay.
Right, like a healthy fear.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, or you're ducking the water. Okay, here's what, you're okay.
Right.
You're okay. And it's like, you start figuring that stuff out.
Got it.
If I had to guess, just like everything else in her development, it's kind of trial and error, but you want them to fail safely.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like when she's figuring out how to walk, you know, obviously we don't want to put her on concrete.
Yeah, and let her bust her head wide open, but like, you know, scrape knee every now and again. It's not the
Yeah,
worst thing in the world.
yeah, you can't just hold them the whole time where they're never going to let go.
Right.
So it's probably stuff like that. Once again, zero idea.
Out of my realm.
Miss Putty was my swim instructor as a kid, and she had kind of a lady like that, had a pool, and my mom brought us over as little kids, but Miss Putty always made it fun. Like, I remember going down like the little slide she had out into the pool, and then it's like, oh, I got to make it back to the bank.
Yeah, oh my gosh, what do I do? Yeah.
Start swimming right there. But.
Yeah, well, our little girl, Blake, she loves the water. I mean, she's a water baby. She loves being in it. We just haven't gone the swim lesson route yet.
Yeah.
We're going to do it soon.
There you go.
This summer is our plan.
Well, she's taking on more clients and stuff like that.
Yeah,
now.
hook me up with her.
Yeah, I'll give you her contact after this, for sure. But, dude, is your turkey season over yet? I know it's still going in a few states.
It's done.
So
We're in golf season now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What all states did you hit this year?
It was a all things considered, a relatively laid back year.
Yeah.
Just did Mississippi, and then
I was shocked to get you on this time of year. I was kind of like,
well,
is David in town?
Memorial Day weekend's kind of like, did you make your last hurrah somewhere? But this year with new baby on the way and got a big trip coming up in July, so it's like I'm gonna hold off on my days away and do my honeydews and try and keep as many brownie points as I can. But we did just a quick trip to Missouri, Kansas, and Nebraska, the same group of guys we always go with. So did a quick trip, 4 days, came back. But it was a good trip. We had a really good turnout, great weather the whole time, which, this time of year is always up in the air on what kind of weather you get, especially in the Midwest. So, but it was good and a lot of fun. Killed birds. They acted right, did what they were supposed to do.
That's awesome.
Got on home. So kept the wife happy.
Well, I got skunked this year.
Really?
First time in probably 6 years, something like that.
Yeah.
But I saw 3 turkeys die. I was filming more this year and taking some pictures and going with some buddies. But I was snake bit. I just was. Like, I literally pulled the trigger on a turkey. Gun clicked. It was my buddy's gun. He had a red dot on his, and he's like, take my gun. You can shoot him a little further. Because I'm still like, I want to get a red dot, but then I'm like, I killed turkeys just fine with the old classic bead, and
we can do a whole separate podcast on my thoughts on red dots.
Oh, really? Okay. but anyway, so and it's a Franchi. I mean, I've got a Benelli, so it's the same action. It wasn't like, I'm totally going different types of guns or whatever. Calling turkey, he's probably 30 something, but he's kind of hanging up and drifting off to the right, and put that red dot on his head and click. I was like,
panic sets in.
I did. And I'm like trying not to I'm trying to fix the gun, but I knew what had happened. I didn't seat it all the way,
or like the Benelli shuffle or whatever.
Yeah, or I hadn't or I bumped it or something just getting set up. And so he has my gun. He shoots the turkey with my gun. So my gun killed a turkey this year.
Yeah, you still put the check on it, put the dash on it.
Yeah, I know. But Corbin did not kill a turkey.
So what do you think it was? Did you have were just birds not being responsive, or were you just not hearing them, or what?
Everything.
I mean, all the above.
All the above. Yeah. I hunted a lot this year. I hunted hard, but I killed 2 with my buddy Jordan. And like I said, I was filming. So that first week of season, I was pretty much just filming and killed a bird with him, and then didn't have any luck getting me a bird, but we got close a couple times. Had a bird on another property, just a lot of little stuff. You're getting in the game. But then went out of town. We went to Texas, and I honestly thought, I'm going to turn my headphones down. That feels better. But went to Texas, and honestly, I thought we were going to have a little more success than what we did. We only killed 1 turkey.
What week were y'all there? Mid-April?
Let me go back. No, it was early.
It was earlier than that?
We went kind of early. First week of April.
Okay. So you're birds flocked up, not responsive.
Yes.
You're the fourth person I've talked to about that
Yep.
in Texas this year.
And we were in outside Schneider, Texas, which I don't think is really known for like having that great of a turkey population.
Where is it regionally? Like, is it South Texas or is it
North of Dallas?
Okay, so like you're closer towards Oklahoma than you are anything.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, it was like a 9-hour drive, so I think we were probably 2.5, 3 hours north of Dallas.
Yeah. Okay.
So wherever Schneider is, in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Well, everything unless you get one of those big towns in Texas is in the middle of nowhere. So.
I know. It's crazy, but I mean, we had a great time. The brokerage went out there. So we had seven of us, and did some fishing. All of us got on turkeys, but Logan's the only one that killed one. I was with him, filming him when he shot his.
Well, those Texas turkeys, I mean, they're a strange breed to hunt. I mean, they're a lot of fun when they're acting right, and especially if you go to South Texas, there's a plethora of them down there. So it's just a game-rich environment. You have a lot of opportunity, but they're finicky birds to play with. I mean, they're not ultra call responsive. They get flocked up pretty easy. I mean, they have so much, I guess, optionality as far as the hen population goes that they're not really worried about coming to a call as much as a bird that's maybe in a position or a part of the country that's not as populated.
A weird thing to me too, place we were hunting was like a 700-acre ranch, and then we also had access to like another 2,300 acres the neighbor had, but that 700 that we were on hunted small, so small because it's so wide open. And
there's only a couple of roost sites too on 700.
Yeah, dude, they were roosting like on telephone poles.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My experience was like trying to kill chickens. Like, you knew they were here, they're going to make their way this way, but they weren't responding to calls, and they're flocked up. So it's like
get in between them.
You're trying to get in front of them and just get to where they're going, and it was not like what I'm accustomed to here in Mississippi. Getting on a hard goblin turkey using terrain features, and you get close. Like, I was like, I'm going to see a turkey probably through some of the brush is pretty thick, but in some of the spots, I'm like, he's going to have to come 400 yards to get like in gun range.
The deal with kind of like you said, the deal with those turkeys in Texas is you might know exactly where they're roosting, but you can't set up on the roost because they're going to hit the ground and be gone, and
they'll see you.
Yeah, and they'll see you. You can't get close.
Like the highest bush out there is barely taller than your head. Like, that was another. We didn't have any big like mesquite trees or anything like along with, like, there was a creek that ran through it and it had a little bit bigger trees. But if I was a turkey, I'd be scared of getting eaten by a coyote.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing too, I guess it's different from where y'all went. A lot of times when you're hunting in Texas, you're hunting on large expanses of ground. 8,000 acres, 10,000 acres, ranches, giant places. And what I've seen people do, and I did it the first couple of times I went to Texas, is you get on this place. Like, I used to hunt with a buddy of mine that had a ranch that was 11,000 acres high fence. Unbelievable. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in turkey heaven. But what you do is you get in your own head so much. Like, I want to put boots on the ground. I want to cover as much ground as possible. And then you end up running yourself ragged trying to find turkeys on 11,000 acres when you should have just picked 500 and stuck there the entire time and killed the turkeys that were in that 500 acres. So, being on a place like y'all were that's a little bit smaller traditionally for what you're in Texas may have worked y'all's advantage. But, the couple people that I talked to this year, they did the same thing. They get on these big chunks of ground, they have room to run, and they try and run and gun like you would be in Mississippi. And it's like, find this pocket of the birds and try and kill them before you move on somewhere else. So.
And that's what made it hard too, is because we had 7 of us out there trying to hunt, and it was kind of the same flock, and then it's kind of like, but I mean, we put in some miles, just like. It was just hard.
Were y'all doing a lot of walking, or did y'all have vehicles that y'all were riding around?
Yeah, no, I'm walking.
All walking.
Yeah. I don't drive much when I'm turkey hunting. I don't mind putting the miles in. So
that's how you end up spooking them more. Trying to cover too much ground.
We did drive around a little bit on that 2,500 acre track because the landowner's like, man, I haven't seen any turkeys. He's like, y'all. We drove around, get out and walk some side. We didn't see any sign.
What was the water situation?
Dry. That's why. So he said the drought's been so bad, he hadn't been seeing the turkeys. So it was a rough experience. Like for us, but like I said, we killed one. I had a great time. I got some cool footage, got some incredible pictures, and like I said, just spending time with the guys because I mean, like people were like, "Oh man, you must be pretty bummed you didn't kill a turkey this year." I'm like, "I still had a great season.
It's
had a
just
lot of
icing on.
fun."
It's on the icing on the cake if you kill one. See
Yeah.
a new ground and getting to hang out with good people.
That was my first time to hunt out of state.
really.
First time.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
well, we need to put something on the books for next year.
I'm working on it. We'll talk because I think that's going to become more something I do. The problem is I've been going out of state deer hunting.
Right.
I still want to do that. And then I'm really wanting to do more big game stuff. I'm going to Alaska in August.
Very cool.
But you've got a trip before that. Where are you going in July?
Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, big bow hunting trip in Africa.
That's awesome.
I'm
Who are you
getting,
going with?
me and a guy from Dallas, JB Smith, and then a guy from Baton Rouge named Jack Laws. 2 older gentlemen, but world traveled hunters, have hunted all over the world. They've killed. And Jack is, oh gosh, he won some award at the SCI banquet for like world recognition of his hunting adventures and what he's been able to kill. So these guys are experts and they've been all over the place. So I'm just going to be a sponge on this trip. Ask them as many questions as I can. Try and get as much advice around, how do you do the world travel and hunting thing. Now, hopefully, things go like I hope they do in my life, and I'm able to afford that opportunity where I can go do and have these big excursions. But just trying to absorb as much as I can on this trip. The Africa deal has been something I've dreamed of since I was old enough to realize what it was, and especially since I got into bow hunting. I mean, it's a bow hunter's paradise.
Yeah.
So to go down there and just be able to see the whole terrain, see all the different species that are down there, and irregardless of whether I come back, with what I want to kill, I mean, it's still going to be.
What's kind of the main? I mean, I know you're probably going to kill multiple things
So-
because there's what are kind of the main things you're
So,
going to hunting?
it's a plains game bow hunt. That's really all I care about. I really don't have any desire right now in my life to go do like a Cape buffalo or an elephant or a lion or any of those like deadly game. Like I don't really care about that. I want to go do the traditional bow hunt stuff. So I'm looking at kudu, impala, Gims buck, sable, like the big beautiful deal. And really kind of the biggest thing is my wife said I can hang those in the house if I kill them. So that's
correct.
That's a good deal.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're works of art. Once it's all said,
They
and done,
are.
they're works of
You
art.
go in. I mean, I'm in real estate, and you go into some of these luxury estates and homes, and you see these just beautiful mounts, African mount, cutie deer, stable. Like, it's beautiful.
Right.
It's absolutely beautiful. I'm like, you could literally design your home around some of these pieces, and obviously it's not what it's all about, but they are beautiful animals, and I think some people get turned off at. We don't have that much around here, but some people get turned off at taxidermy, and I'm like, man, what a respect to the animal.
Yeah, and it's just a way to tell a story. I mean, like somebody walks into your home, it's a conversation starter. Like, tell me about this, and it brings up in a whole. You don't just talk about the hunt; you talk about the experience, you talk about the travel to get there, you talk about the people that you went with, and it's just a way to build a relationship and have rapport with people that you wouldn't have otherwise if you just had a piece of art on the wall.
Yeah.
So, and then people can talk about art all day long, but in the South, it's way more fun to talk about taxidermy than
Yeah,
it is, a Van Gogh you have on the wall or something.
Yeah, no, that's going to be an incredible trip. And that's in July.
Tell me about Alaska.
Okay, so Kodiak Island.
Okay.
Of 2 weeks backcountry. Just me, my buddy Jordan, and his brother. So Jordan's brother, I had Jordan on the podcast. He's one of the best hunters I know. He did this trip last year, but they just hunted blacktail deer. This year we're going after mountain goats and blacktail. And the reason why we can is his brother is a resident. He lives in Alaska.
Very cool.
So they can both get over-the-counter tags for mountain goats. I cannot. If I were to go try to kill a mountain goat, it'd probably cost me about $30,000.
Yeah, exactly.
So Corbin will not be hunting mountain goats, but I can get an over-the-counter blacktail deer tag. So my main goal on this trip is to film. So I'm going to film and hopefully shoot a deer. They said, Jordan's like, Corbin, you will shoot a deer.
Right.
If you want to.
Yeah,
It's
if you want to do it, it's going to happen.
if you want to do it, because we are rifle hunting.
Okay,
So I thought about bow hunting because that's pretty much all I do.
Could you take bow up there and rifle? And if he,
I could. Yeah, I could. The problem is weight, and I don't want. The main focus of our trip is killing mountain goats.
Right. So you don't want it to take away from.
Correct, because if I started trying to kill a blacktail, depending on your weather, I don't want. I would much rather be a part of a rifle kill on mountain goats for both of them than me arrowing a blacktail.
Right. Makes sense.
Just because I feel like this is a trip that is, it's kind of it's a once in a lifetime trip for most people.
Right.
And I think I can put aside my bow for just to shoot one with a rifle. Just the experience of being on Kodiak, it's going to be rough. They, like I said, they did the hunt last year. They killed one, thinking it was going to be like, oh yeah, man, there's deer everywhere.
Right.
They were like, after we killed one deer, we're like, oh, we can't kill
more
another
than we
one.
signed up for.
Yeah, and Jordan is an ultra marathon athlete.
He was built for it.
Oh, and his brothers run multiple marathons. I mean, like Jordan is as in shape of a guy as I know, and he told me that the Kodiak hunt last year was the hardest thing he's ever done.
Really?
So he was like,
that's saying something.
Yeah.
So what are you doing training wise? I mean, I know you've been ultra into the running. And
no, it's I ran a marathon like in December, but no, Mountain Tough. You've probably seen some of their ads. If you haven't, you're gonna start seeing them now.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, listening to me. But Mountain Tough, it's a training program app, and it's specifically built around like hunters and like fitness and like backcountry hunting and stuff. And props to those guys, because I've always kind of done my own stuff. I feel like I've been in good shape for most of my life, but like I feel like I've gotten in some of the best shape of my life doing these workouts. And then now, like, I just ordered a new pack today actually, and so about to put in a lot of time on my feet, just time under load and just rucking. So combining those workouts with the ruck and just know it's still going to be hard. I think
just be prepared for it.
Yeah, just knowing it's going to suck. There's going to be times it's going to suck. It's going to be incredible, but no one says anything about Kodiak unless it's like, dude, it's a beast.
Yeah,
it just is.
What they say, embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck,
and be a part of it.
Yeah, so I think about it every day.
That's awesome. When are y'all leaving?
August 17th.
So what's the weather like up there that time of year?
Should be pretty good.
I guess my question should have been, what's the daylight situation like? Because up there, like that time of year, you should have basically full sunlight all.
It's actually
is it opposite?
Kind of no. It's pretty normal. I would say it's similar to like what we have now. It's not like it's going to be daylight all day.
Gotcha.
Kind of sunsets around probably 8-9 o'clock. Like I said, I don't know that for a fact, but talking to Jordan last year, it's not like, hey, you need to bring like blackout
blinders,
your blinders or stuff like that. No, it's pretty normal. That's what it's opening. We'll be there for like opening day of goats, and the weather should be pretty good. Lows are typically, you can get some storms that push it down to the 30s, but the lows are typically in the 40s, but highs can get anywhere in the 80s. So you have to be prepared.
Yeah, you have to pack a lot of stuff.
Because middle of the day you could be sweating your ass off, and then the night be freezing to death. Especially if that wind is whipping on Kodiak. That's just layers. But
so you are gonna have to do like ready-made meals and like the pack meals and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're getting dropped off on a bush plane, so we've got 2 alpine lakes kind of picked out. But we'll fly into Kodiak. Caleb, that's Jordan's brother, his parents live in Kodiak. And so we're going to stay the night when we get there with them, and then fly out the next morning on a bush plane, and we'll get dropped off at an alpine lake. And basically Garmin InReach is our only
sat phones
sat phone
and
until we're ready to come back. But I think we were planning basically 10 days out there. Because you've got to prepare for weather.
Right. You can get stuck.
You can get stuck. And that's why I've tried to tell my wife that hey, I want to be back as soon as possible, but you need to realize
be prepared that I could be stuck there,
and that I don't have control over sometimes getting out. If a storm rolls in, it could be 2-3 days tacked onto my truck.
I got to tell you this story, and it's not to like freak you out or anything, but I have a buddy of mine whose dad he was a world travel hunter, and he went on it may have been a mountain goat hunt. He won it through Hunting Fool, but he had already, he's been all over the world hunting, and he went to Alaska and got stranded in Alaska for 20 days. The way the weather rolled in, like they were going to fly the plane in. So what happened was they flew the bush plane in to pick him up. He had killed his goat, flew the bush plane in, landed on his lake. Pilot beached the plane on accident. Like was coming in like this and beached the plane. Well, they couldn't push the plane off the beach. The weather set in, so they were stranded. and they had to wait for weather to clear and another plane to fly in and pull that one off so then they could take off from everybody out. But it was 20, I think it was like 21 days that they were there extra on top of this trip.
So his meat's ruined.
Yeah, ruined. I mean, they ate it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You need. Oh,
Yeah,
you
like
gotta
they were like stranded.
Oh,
Like, it
God.
was a bad deal. Yeah,
That's
So,
wild.
Yeah, so fingers crossed. But that's stuff that you got to be prepared for.
Yeah, it can like, stuff can happen, but it's kind of prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Right.
And I'm not going to be too. I don't know, got some faith too.
Yeah,
I think God's
absolutely.
going to
No,
bless us.
yeah, no.
And
Y'all are
if
going to be
it-
fine.
If it happens, it happens, and
Right.
you'll deal with it and just
Yeah.
move forward. But it is going to be an awesome hunt. I'm really looking forward. Like I've been putting a lot of thought, preparation into just the film aspect of it.
Yeah, when you love that, so I think you're getting so good at it that like that's going to be a whole new can of worms for you up there.
Oh, yeah.
Just all the scenery and like the northern lights and stuff, and like taking advantage of that. That's going to be cool.
Montana Knife Company came out with a video for the exact hunt that we're doing. It's on YouTube. Yeah. But I was like watching the film, just like, oh, get me here, dude. Get me here.
There's nothing better than putting a trip on the books to get you excited and motivated to do something.
Oh, yeah.
That's like my business partner Taylor. Like he travels all over the world hunting, but like he makes it a point to book a hunt, whether it's going to be a difficult hunt or whatever it's going to be, but book it a couple years out because it gives him something to train for and keep himself in shape for and things like that.
Safe.
And I've tried to, lean into that a little bit, of put something on the books that you get excited about, that you can set a goal for, to either get in shape for or train for or push yourself to be better. And it's a good way to do it.
Yeah. And just having like that, my wife does with vacations, so she likes to always have a vacation on the book. But I think there's something to that. Just gives you something to look forward to, gives you something to work for, give yourself a goal, and then something to train for, and
Really something to, look at and say, okay, work really, really, really hard and then take some time.
Yeah.
Work really, really, really hard and take some time. Like give yourself the ability to bust it, and then decompress.
that's true. And because I've had people be like, oh, your wife lets you hunt all the time, and she does, but I'm very aware of how much I do hunt because we've had a lot of conversations about it. And
You and me both.
the problem is not, it sucks being gone, but it's being intentional when I'm at home.
Right.
And
Making sure when you're there, it counts. Like you're not just mailing it in. When you're there.
yeah, and having trips on the books have forced me to be a lot more aware of that, because it's like, hey, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks in August.
Right.
That's a lot of time, especially with a kid. This.
Yep.
Like, it's hard. I love my family. I love being with my family. I also am really looking forward to the trip, and I understand it's going to be hard. So if I can do more stuff while I'm here,
Right.
just like knowing that, and it's not like none of that's being like held over my head or anything. It's just being aware of that and more conscious. And I've had to learn that. And Evelyn, my daughter, she's made it a lot easier for me. Because like we've been married, it'll be 10 years in August. I'm sorry, July. Yeah. Well, I'll edit that one.
I was about to say, don't be gone on your anniversary.
Yeah, no, literally, that's what went through my head for a second. No, it's July 23rd. We're good. It's usually the Cleveland Six Man is right around there. So, it's always a good time for us.
That's right.
But no, she's definitely changed some priorities. Like I just played golf for the first couple times, and I took off for 7 months, and she's made it. It's just life is kind of staring at you right there. It's like, hey, you got to go to work. You need to provide, and then I want to be here like with you. There's just so much. It's having a kid. It just makes it so much easier to think about other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Than yourself.
It puts everything into perspective of like what's really important, like where do I really want to spend my time, and so like obviously nurturing and raising a family and want to be there for all the moments for your kid and navigating that whole world while still trying to enjoy hobbies. And you're the same, but that I am. You have all the same hobbies we have. Too many: golf, hunting, fishing, whatever it may be. And it's like, how do you prioritize all of that stuff as well as, prioritize your family? And it's a hard battle to fight.
Yeah.
Because
Just like you not turkey hunting as much normally you're doing.
Every
day of the season.
Normally, May I'm gone.
We're
Like,
we're not getting up at 2:00 chasing ducks at Panther anymore.
Right, exactly. I thought about that the other day.
I duck hunted twice.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I had a buddy of mine, and I talked to him on the phone today, and we were talking about the upcoming season, and he was like, "How many times do you think you'll duck hunt this year?" I said, "Twice if I'm lucky. Like twice if I really think about it." It's like,
and people that knew high school and college David Huffman would be real like,
what in the world is going on? Like what's happened to him?
Dude, you don't lock that. It's like,
yeah, and then you had this conversation with my wife, and she's like, "Oh, he hadn't stopped." And,
exactly.
Same deal. But there definitely is something to the navigating, raising a family, and trying to figure out how do you still have your hobbies, because I'm sure you're the same way as me. You're getting pulled in 15 different directions every day. People want you to do this. Come play in this golf tournament. We got this trip that we're trying to book. Do you want to go on it? Hey, come hunt with me tomorrow morning. And it's like, well, I can't. I got to do these things with my family, and so it's tough. But it's it's a part of life, and that makes you grow up. So
yeah, you definitely have to get better at saying no to things, and that was something I really struggle to say no to things.
Yeah.
And I've had to get better at that, especially in real estate. It's hard to say no to anything, especially starting out. Like if you're young, I don't care what field you're in. If you're young, you're starting out, you really can't say no.
It's hard to say no because you're trying to build relationships. You're trying to build rapport. That person could be a potential client that you need down the road. You're grinding.
You're just grinding. Yeah. And you can't. You haven't done enough to be able to say no, but then there's a time where it starts to switch, and you need to be aware of that. If you want to have healthy growth, you're going to have to say no to things.
Right.
And that was a season I found myself in probably within the last year, because normally it's like, I had the time. I get invited the day before to play a scramble at Lake Caroline and some bankers event. It's
I'm in.
I'm there because my wife's working. She's at the hospital. I'm like, I don't have that much going on. Like, I'm trying to wheel and deal, network and stuff. Absolutely, I'm going to be there. Right. And then now it's like, no, I've got this appointment. I got this appointment. Now, okay, I got a kid. And it's just like these things like tack up, and it's like I can't say yes to all these things anymore.
Right.
Even if you want to do them, and just. Or how many things do we say yes to that are a distraction from our 5-year goals?
Yeah, what's really important down the road.
Yeah, I got offered freaking a local private school offered me the head coaching job as their golf coach.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, because I still do some stuff with a couple golfers and stuff he's training. Like, so I won't say the school, but local, and I thought about it. I was like, I would love it. Like, I would love to coach some kids, but I'm like, it does not align with my 5-year goals.
Right. Like, what is your ultimate benefit from that down the road? Yeah, it'll probably give you some short-term satisfaction, and you would like
make
to do
a little money, it'd be fun. Right. I'd enjoy it, but the time that it would take would not be worth what they'd be willing to pay me, and that would be a distraction from my 5 years goal.
Yeah, for what it should be down the road. Yeah.
And it sucks because, dude, growing up, I always thought it'd be awesome to be a golf coach. Man, I'm like, I'll just coach for state championship.
Just go make yourself independently wealthy by about 45, and then you can go back and be a golf coach.
And that's what I said too. Is like, hey, maybe when Evelyn is in high school, I want to help out.
Yeah,
maybe the opportunity to be there, just based on how life is at that point. But like right now, that was something I had to say no to. And I knew the answer. I'm like, but I didn't want to just say no at the top. Like, they approached me about it. I was like, I'm not going to say no right now. Let me talk to my wife, and I was talking to her.
Well, if it's something that you're meant to do or called to do, it'll represent itself at the right time too. So it kind of lends me to go back to a guy that was a coach at high school when I was growing up, and he did really, really well in business, sold a couple businesses, made a bunch of money, and that's what he did for his spare time, because he was independently wealthy. But he coached golf, and he coached baseball, and he assistant coached basketball, and it was, brought him joy, but it was at a time in his life where he could afford to do it and didn't have to give up anything on the backside because he had kind of already been there. So it's a cool thing to see.
Yeah. So getting into that, I feel like I love these conversations too, because we're just having normal conversation, but I know what you do. Some of our listeners don't know what you do, and I'm just seeing the way all these things tie into you being a financial planner, setting these goals, working to them. So yeah, tell us a little bit about that. Tell us about David Huffman, the financial planner, father, businessman. Kind of tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so it's a interesting journey to hear. Went to Mississippi State, got my accounting degree there, did the wild, wonderful world of public accounting for half a decade, and same old deal that everybody runs into there, that you don't want to be in public accounting forever. So left my role at KPMG and actually got hired by PricewaterhouseCoopers to run their small, medium-sized business acquisition portfolio. Did that for about a year and a half until Taylor Sledge, who's my now business partner, reached out to me to expand his practice. And in the world of public accounting, especially on the audit side of things, you're in a situation where you're helping people out, but doesn't feel like you're helping people out. You're kind of a thorn in people's side when you step into their office. Now, you're protecting them from the SEC and the IRS and all these regulatory issues that they run into. But when you walk in, you're just kind of like they're ready for you to get out of there as fast as possible. So stepping into the role of a financial advisor and actually helping people solve their problems and then appreciating the work that you do has been such a breath of fresh air. I've been here 5 years now, and it's the relationships and the development that I've had around the community and just getting to network and know people has just been such a breath of fresh air for myself personally, and enjoying going to work every day and helping people solve their issues. It's a good feeling. So I enjoy what I do. I've got a great business partner, a great team around us. We've grown extremely fast and continue to grow. So it's exciting. And you understand this too, being able to create your own schedule and flexibility with work is huge. And that's what it allows me to do is, make it a lifestyle business and interact with people in the hobbies that I like to have, which kind of leads back to the original conversation of saying no to things. It's hard to say no to events where I can go and maybe meet somebody new that could become a potential client or somebody that I could help out. And especially if it's doing something that I like going on a hunting trip or going to play golf or a skeet shoot or something like that. So me and my partner talk all the time about making this a lifestyle business and interacting with our clients and picking up clients in things that we enjoy doing. And it lets you kind of have some freedom in your flexibility and schedule because everything's an opportunity for you. Yeah. So it's a cool way to do it. So
that's awesome.
Enjoyed it. And it's given me the ability to spend a lot of time with my family too, have that flexibility that, if I need to stay up till midnight doing something, getting something ready for a client meeting the next day, I can. I'm not working traditional 9 to 5 hours. Or do something like this where I have a great conversation with a friend and get to do something different. So
yeah, it's I think so many people talk about, it's flexible. It's like there's a price to be paid for that flexibility too. Mm-hmm. You eat what you kill.
Yeah, there's eat what you kill, and there's never an off switch.
There's never an off switch. I get anxious on vacations, and that's like sitting still, and I'm like up in my head, like I need to be working. Like I can do it for a couple of days, and that's an area too that I've had to get better at. It's like, hey, you're okay. It's like you work really, really, really hard, and then enjoy that time off like you need it. Like you need this.
Right.
It was funny. My wife actually told, we were having a conversation the other day, and she was like, they're like, oh, Corbin needs to play more golf, kind of laughing, she was like, no, he does. And I was like, well, what?
What's
really?
Going on here?
She talked to me about it later that night. She's like, that's a hobby that you really enjoy, membership reunion. She's like, we need to utilize it.
Right.
And I was like, that's true. And so I just got to be more intentional about when I use it. Because as men, we need outlets.
Yeah, have to have.
If you're burning the candle at both ends and you're going to get outside your window of tolerance and you're not going to be the best version of yourself at work. You're not going to be the best version of yourself with your family. But there's a difference between being intentional and using these outlets than using them just to escape all your responsibilities.
Right.
Too.
Exactly.
And so I think you do a good job of that. Like I said, we've been friends for a long time, and I've seen the way you interact with your wife and kids, and I feel like you do a good job of balancing your hobbies, your work, and your family. Right. And you're one of the few guys that I know that does. And like I said, I don't know the inner workings of your family. Your wife might argue with me.
Look, I've got the coolest wife on the planet. I'm sure
you
say the same thing, but one of the biggest keys to the whole deal is having a wife that is extremely, extremely tolerant and extremely understanding, and understanding that dynamic that she probably wouldn't like the person I was if I came home and I didn't have these outlets to go do. Having that, the ability to have a wife that has that sort of flexibility and understanding is that's it. That's all it is. So.
Are you concerned anything's going to change with this second one?
Yeah, I was actually having that conversation with a client today. We were eating lunch and we were talking about, because he just had his second. Our kids are the exact same. So he has a 3-year-old and has a 3-month-old, and I'll have a 3-year-old in September and then a newborn in the middle of June. So, the funny thing that everybody's talked to me about with having 2 is they say mom's life changes a lot with 1. Like, mom's life turns upside down when they have the first child. Dad's life changes a lot when you have number 2. Dad's life isn't affected too much when you have number 1, because mom is kind of the stronghold of the house and taking care of the kids. But when 2, it becomes man on man. And so dad's life changes a lot. Dad's life has to slow down and really be way more adept to taking care of the kids. And so that's what I'm a little nervous about, is just, how much of the brakes is it going to put on? But, that's the beauty of growing a family, and that's what I want to do. So, I mean, it's just a step in the right direction. Yeah, maybe it may go on a couple less turkey hunting trips a year, but it is what it is. I'll turkey hunt more when I'm 50 and they're in college.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, and that's I think something we have to be aware of too. It's we can do that stuff after they're gone.
Right.
It's going to be here quicker than we realize. Like I'm sure you can't believe your daughter's about to be 3.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Like, my daughter's turned 1. I was like, I feel like we just got pregnant, and being pregnant takes like a year.
Exactly.
And I'm like, how are we already here and stuff? So yeah, I'm trying to be aware of that too. And my wife reminds me of that too. Just wanting to be gone and be like, oh well, she won't remember stuff. It's like, yeah, but like, you won't have that time back.
Yeah, but you'll remember.
Either.
I'll remember.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. And I'm sure you're going to raise your little girl and future children the same way I'm going to raise my little girl. They're going to be tomboys. Like, they're going to be out there golfing and hunting. But as soon as I took my little daughter this year and sat at a deer stand with her for 30 minutes and shot a doe, and like, she thought it was the greatest thing ever. And so it's like, as you can make, as long as you're willing to make your hobbies intertwine with your family.
Your kids want, like, every kid out there. I mean, I knew growing up, I wanted to do the same stuff my dad did.
Right.
I just wanted to hang out with him. Like, he was like my hero growing up. I just wanted to hang out with Dad, and he just so happened to hunt, fish, golf. And look at me now.
Yeah,
Right.
It's
like, okay, I think most kids want to do stuff with their parents, especially if their parents are bringing them along. I'm super looking forward to taking Evelyn on trips too. That's another thing too. We like to travel. We like to camp, and I'm like, I want her to be able to experience the world not on an iPad.
Exactly.
I don't do screen time, and I don't want her to grow up like that. And I think there's been a big shift. There's so much beauty. That's one of the reasons I love this job. I get to see so much just natural beauty on a day-to-day basis, being out on properties and just appreciating, what God created that He allows us to enjoy. And there's so many parts of this country, and I know this is one of the reasons that you're not one of these guys that's like chasing 49 just for the number. You like traveling to cool places just because, God's creation is unbelievable. And then you get to turkey hunt in these places too.
Well, there's things that I would have never seen, or places I would have never been if it wasn't for going on hunting trips. Like 3 years ago, I saw Mount Rushmore. Did I have any desire to go travel on my own to go see Mount Rushmore? No, I probably would have never seen it, but I'm 20 miles from there on a turkey hunting trip. Well, let's go swing by and see it. Like, it's a cool thing. If I see Devil's Tower and you see like all these cool things going on hunting trips that I wouldn't see otherwise, or I'm not a big sightseer. Like, I don't ever care to go see the Eiffel Tower or any of these big monuments or anything like that. But like, if I'm passing by, cool, I'll go check it out. But I wouldn't see it otherwise. So it's afforded me the opportunity to see some things I probably would have never seen otherwise, and meet people that I would have never met. Like when we went on our trip out west, I went out to what is one of my now biggest clients that is a rancher out in central Nebraska, and we get to hang out with them for 3 or 4 days and brand their cattle with them, and it's just fun, like doing fun, cool things in places that I never would have been able to do it otherwise. So
yeah. Well, you can't hunt here, but if you ever you need to go to Yosemite. You ever been to Yosemite, California?
No.
God, like, He touched that valley.
Did
It's unreal. You can't hunt there, but
so where is it in relation to like Lake Tahoe and all that?
I don't know California geography that well. I just know that my sister-in-law lives in Santa Rosa, and it's a 4-hour drive west. So it's kind of like central kind of Central California,
Yeah.
maybe South Central California. I could look it up, but
Yeah.
it is. I don't even know the nearest town that it's out there. I mean, even like some of the places that you stay, you still have like an hour drive into the park because it is that desolate.
Yeah.
There's no like big condos around.
Yeah,
You just pull into the park. It is out there.
You're in the open.
It is, but it is. It's incredible. But yeah, I just experiencing places like that, and just, I mean, I still think about. Memories pop up on my phone and hunting in Panther Swamp with you and your dog, and just some of those beautiful mornings and just the Tupelo gums and watching the sunrise, and just, I mean, parts of this world that I would never have seen if it weren't for hunting.
Right.
I mean, sitting in those swamps, you think I'd have been sitting out, floating a kayak in, pushing it across. Yeah. Do you remember that? When we dragged a kayak, like on the boat, hauled across dry ground, had to get in the kayak,
I'm pretty sure that kayak's still sitting there. But
I can't remember we went back and got it.
I never went back and got it, so it's probably still sitting there.
It was like a bright orange kayak.
Yeah. But I mean, you're right. Doing stuff like that, and like, honestly, even the way that me and you met, with hobbies, of playing in a golf tournament together. I mean, and became friends after that, and get to start doing.
Yeah, because I knew your little brother through junior golf growing up, and I can't remember when I first met you.
I think it was when I was at KPMG and I was working with Ander, and we played in a golf tournament together at somewhere, Lake Caroline or something.
So was that like 10 years ago?
It was a long time ago. Yeah.
How old are you now?
32.
See, I'm 33.
Yeah.
That might be right.
Yeah, I think it was right. I mean, that's what
you
it was.
You went to work for KPMG right out of college,
Yeah,
didn't you?
right out of college. And then, that's when it was. We met at a golf tournament and then started hunting together after that.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. See, that's nothing. It's like, dude, that's already been 10 years.
I know. Flies by. But like, same thing, like meeting people that I probably would have never met otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, you develop relationships, you develop friendships. I've got friends all over this country now from, hunting together, and they come down and hunt with me, and it's just a good thing to do. So you build relationships and memories. It's, something that is unique to the hunting world to me. I mean, you don't get otherwise.
Speaking of that, so that's it's a hot topic right now with non-resident hunters, with turkeys. There's a lot of proposed changes. I'll give my thoughts on it, but I want to hear your thoughts first. So, like right now, it's proposed limiting bag limits to, I think, 2 birds for non-residents, maybe delaying when they can hunt, and then I think that might be it because we've already got the turkey stamp that's required by everybody now.
I'm for it. I think that other states have done it to the extent, and you see it work really, really well for their populations. I think if we're really looking at it from a population standpoint and a rehabilitation of the resource, it's what has to happen. Yeah. I mean, if people still want to come here, that's great, but they don't need to be decimating our resource here in Mississippi. I'm okay with their license prices going up too. I went to Missouri and paid $350 for a license for 4 days to hunt and kill 1 turkey, and I was A-okay with it because I wanted to hunt there. If you really want to do something, you'll pay the price that it takes to do it. Now, I do think that limiting out-of-state hunters, is ultimately a good thing. I do think it probably infringes on your, natural rights as a person to do stuff like that. But the states set the laws; they set the limits. So I mean, it is what it is. And if your really ultimate goal is to protect the resource, then you got to do what you have to do. And especially with as many people that are turkey hunting now. And with the way that populations are headed and the limitations of people trapping and really taking care of nest predators and things like that, it's just the only other way to do it is to limit the amount of hunting that's happening. So
and I do want to sit down with a biologist and talk more because I want to see research around it because to me it can make perfect sense. It's like, hey, less hunters, more birds, more population, but I want to know how much of an impact are the out-of-state hunters really having on our turkey populations versus some of the changes like that we've seen, like the decline in numbers. Is it because we have less people trapping? Like, is it less like management issues?
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely lends itself to be way more geared towards the habitat and trapping and things like that than it is predation from hunters.
But I don't think that this is something the government can't fix that. And that's, I think that's a call on us as conservationists, as hunters, as gamekeepers, if you will, is to, hey, we need to. There's a lot of people that came before us that did a lot of work to ensure that we've got the wild turkeys that we do today, and we need to do a good job of passing that down to our kids and grandkids. But at the same time, I think that there's been an exponential increase in the popularity of turkey hunting. And so while I think that there were laws passed and enacted in good measure, I think that you have to adapt with the times. And if, unfortunately, for an out-of-state hunter, maybe they'll pour more into their own resources back home during that time.
Right.
That's kind of my stance on it is I think that with Mississippi being opened as early as it is, being one of the only shows in town during the second week of March, I think Florida is open, and
especially with Alabama and Tennessee pushing their seasons back.
Correct.
It leaves Mississippi wide open.
Wide open. So I think there's been a huge. I know it. You go on any public land in Mississippi, first 2 weeks of season. It sounds like a hoot owl convention.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a huge influx. So I think that it would spread people out. Mm-hmm. Just obviously, Mississippi, they're gobbling. Like, if you're a resident, and it's kind of, hey, this is kind of when they're doing their thing, and this is kind of the way the season's been. I might not even be proposed to backing up our season like a week if we had to. Yeah. If I knew that it's protecting, if they're like, hey, by doing this, we will ensure that these hens get bred. Because a lot of these states, they don't open up until like late.
I'm all for April 1st start, May 1st close, 2-bird season. I think that's what needs to happen.
And that's a hot take because you are one of the most adamant, biggest turkey hunters that I know.
Look, man, I've been there, done that turkey hunting. I was, a younger me would say, that's blasphemy. I want to kill as many of those suckers as I can. But like you said, preserving the resource for the next generation. Like, I want my kids to be able to enjoy it the way that I did. Mm-hmm. And with the way that the population decline is happening and the influx of hunters, there's only so many things that you can control.
I don't want to see what has happened to ducks happen to turkeys in our state.
It's coming. Like, if we stay on the track that we're on right now, it's coming. So,
and it is so. I know there's so many factors with ducks that it makes it a lot harder. But my thing is, with a turkey, we can control this.
Yeah, you can.
So,
absolutely,
we got to take action. If numbers are dipping, man, it's like with all the technology and the information that we have now, and like data and resources, it's like, man, that turkey population needs to be thriving.
Right.
It really does.
And there's no reason it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because people have so much information at their fingertips on making a habitat where it needs to be and what generates population density and what controls it. I mean, like, human control over turkey populations should be at its peak right now. And we got to control the controllables now. The nest predation and predators and things like that, there's only so much you can do. But if you can control the amount of people that are on the landscape taking birds, I mean, it's
kind of simple math.
Yeah, it's simple math.
Yeah, and my thing is, people can get caught up in we don't know what all impact it will have. But it's like, hey, we got to start doing something.
Right.
We really do. And then I think we got to bring awareness. And I'm with you. If you told me I could only kill 2 turkeys, I would be okay. Yeah. I wouldn't care. Right. That's not going to, I would be I'm not having to kill turkeys to feed my family.
Exactly.
I don't know too many.
I'm not trying to fill the freezer with turkey breasts.
And there may be some people out there that need to kill their food. I don't know. Yeah. Me personally. And that could be the bubble that I live in, and I will take, like I said, throw stones at me if you're one of these people. Yeah. I don't think it's a thing in today's society. I don't know someone that's solely, because it's expensive. Yeah. You're not going to spend $9, $10 on a TSS shell or even more than that now to go kill a turkey breast that's going to feed you for 2 weeks.
It's like the old Jeff Foxworthy bit that he did back in the day, and he's on a whiteboard and he lines out, 4-wheeler, $2,000, rifle $1,000, you know, corn $50, and then at the very end it's like $9,000, and he breaks it out like per pound of deer he killed, and then he walks to his wife and he says, "Look, honey, I provided you for pound the most expensive meat in the world.
Yeah.
A little thank you would go a long way." So it's
Yeah.
like, no. I mean, yeah, there's probably, you know, a subset of people that do have to do that, and if they do, you know, kill what you need to kill, right? Whatever it is, but. I think those same people aren't too concerned with
The people
what
that
the
are punching
limits
their 3 or more.
Right.
Like, I know people that killed more than triple the limit this year, and it makes me sick.
Right. Well, if you're going to do that, take somebody. Go with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is.
And-
I mean,
And these kids, man, like these high school kids, just they're young, dumb, breaking the law, trespassing, shooting too many turds for clout on social media and Snapchat. And
well, that's a whole separate conversation that we can go down of what I really think the true downfall of hunting is social media. But
go ahead.
It's just
Tell us more.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of like, you know, with the popularity of everything. Now, don't get me wrong. I know all these people that do the social media, YouTube, all that, are making a living doing it. But I think that has done more harm to the wild turkey population than anything, any predator, any what disease you could ever call it is popularity of hunting and making it the cool thing to do, which there's a catch-22 with it, right? Obviously, the more people you bring into the sport, the more dollars that get funded into the states, and there's a revenue generation side of things. But also, like, the resource is limited, and a lot of people are making a lot of money off of propping this sport up, or in any of these sports up, to make a living, and it's bringing more people to the landscape, and it's causing a drastic decline in the turkey population. And as a traveling turkey hunter, been doing it for almost 20 years now, or 15 years now. I remember the days of going to Kansas and being in camouflage and somebody walking up to you and go, "What are you wearing camouflage for?" You'd be like, "Oh, I'm up here hunting turkeys." "Oh, you hunt those things?" "Yeah, we love it." And then now you can't stop at a motel in the Midwest without seeing 5 other hunters there. And you can't tell me that it hasn't had some negative effect.
I had this exact conversation with Jordan like 4 days ago, and all the points. And you two are. If I talk to my friends and I talk about the most avid turkey hunters I know, it's you and Jordan, and y'all have both said the exact same thing literally within a week. I was just talking to him on the phone, and we were talking about the effect of social media and turkey hunting, and he's laid out some of those exact same points. And yeah, it's a difficult one, man, because I want more people to enjoy this sport, but I also think there's a lot of people that have gotten into it that are taking a lot more than they're giving back.
Exactly. There's a lot of takers and not a lot of givers.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of that too. I mean, there's only so much you can do as far as a given standpoint. Try and make the places that you hunt as best that they possibly can be, and create the habitat. And selfishly, that's for your own enjoyment, right? For the most part, like I want to make my piece of properties that I hunt on the premier spot in anywhere around for turkeys to want to come onto my
Still
place.
got to find you a place, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But you want to have the best habitat, but from the public land perspective side of things, people are coming in and they're just raping and pillaging these places and giving nothing back to it. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know, where do you draw the line in the sand of dollars generated in the States and for the sport versus the detriment that it's having on the ultimate resource?
I would like to know what our state is doing with all these turkey stands they saw. Like, why can't it be just public information? Like, show us.
Yeah.
Where's this money going? Because there's a reason I don't give to Ducks Unlimited, is because I've not seen an ounce of benefit to that, and I think it's a giant scam. But NWTF is someone that I have supported, and lately I've been frustrated because I want to know where's our money going.
Right.
I want to know.
I think a lot of people have the same sentiment of, hey, if I'm gonna buy these tables, these banquets, and spend this money or send these donations. Like, I want to see something tangible that you're doing in my state or in my area or in my county. Like, if I go to the Madison County NWTF Ducks Unlimited Delta Waterfowl, like, what are you doing in my surrounding area to help my population or our general population around there? Now, the bigger organizations, obviously, they do a ton of their money goes to lobbying efforts for the right litigation to go protect the habitat and the resources and things. I know it's a whole separate can of worms, but there's a lot of unseen dollars that are going to work, but you don't see the Madison County NWTF project on whatever highway it is. Like, hey, this is a designated area that we're trying to restore 2,000 acres for turkey habitat or something like that. So tangible output for what your dollars go to is very difficult to see, and it breeds a lot of frustration for people. I'm the same way. It's like, I can't see something happening. I know hopefully something's happening behind closed doors that's going to benefit something, but without being able to see it, it's like, man, where are my dollars going? What am I doing?
Yeah, it's like at that point, I'd rather just invest in whatever property I'm on.
Right.
It's like, hey, I'll spend the money on burning and habitat management, food plots, cutting, trapping, doing things I can.
I can take my same, $1,500 it cost me to buy a table at one of these banquets and go buy a bunch of dog-proof traps and put them out.
Dude, I think the state would be blown away by the amount of people that would show up for organized volunteer events on our public lands.
Oh, it'd be unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Like ducks, turkey, deer, having organized events but it's like they don't want the liability of like letting someone come out there with a chainsaw and clean up brush or like heavy equipment and stuff. It's like you're clearly underfunded. You can't do all the things that you want to do.
Use the power of the people that want to show up.
The people that hunt these properties would be more than happy to come in and help you plant food plots, burn, hack and squirt, creating better habitat. Hey, maybe we need bridges here for better access, so we're not rutting out like these creek beds and causing erosion issues. Like, there's so many different things. And then don't even get me started on the duck side of stuff. Like Delta National is just going to shit, and it is
all of our public waterfowl habitat is just atrocious.
It's so bad. And
like Howard Miller not having food planted on it last year. What
happened?
What in the world? Like, what?
It shouldn't happen.
Yeah. Crazy.
Shouldn't happen. And that's my thing is I know it costs money. I'm not naive. I know this stuff doesn't pay for itself, and that you have it's a lot. I mean, I know guys, it's a full-time job to take care of a property.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you got more than 100 acres, that becomes almost a full-time job to try to keep it up to like the level that you want it. I mean, obviously you can just let it sit there, but most of the people that I know,
waterfowl habitat, like it's a full 12 months out of the year.
It is a full-time job. And so my thing is, why doesn't our state host volunteer events or weekends or allow people to like show up and do work? It's like, hey, if like you've got a game manager, it's like I would be posting in all these forums and saying like, hey, we're having this day, this day, this day, this day, this day. And like, what would also be cool? Do a limited draw for people that show up to these things.
I was going to say, give some sort of preferential treatment to the people that put their time
show
in
and put in work in.
Like limited draw or a special unit that's allocated. Like, hey, if you come up, if you show up for these work days and your name goes into this hat for this special draw for this one unit that nobody else gets to touch.
Nobody else gets to hunt. This is for. I mean, there's so many programs that cost nothing.
Right.
This is just common sense things that I think our people would be willing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, if you told me I could go like help improve some of these like old impoundments at Delta National. I have to go get
on a chainsaw for 4 hours, but I get to hunt this unit that nobody else gets to touch all year long.
That's another thing. Like some of those green tree reservoirs in Delta National, and cut some of those trees, open up some holes in there, put some boards in, some levees, control your water structure, and then now you can actually pump it. Understand that costs money. I'll chip in on that diesel bill.
Right. All day long. Well, like, so for example, I have some friends of mine that own a piece of property that's in Silver City that borders the Carter unit of Panther Swamp, all the old fish ponds that they plant every year. last year there was no water put on that play on the fish ponds.
Really?
And it's like, what would it cost to fill that place up in diesel? 10, 15 grand maybe?
I have no idea.
Maybe, right? That's a good chunk of change, right? But I know that the 5 surrounding property owners around that would gladly have paid $1,000 a piece or $5,000 a piece. The whole ducks.
Yeah.
It's like, reach out to the people. Like, say, hey, we need help. Here's how we do it.
So just not doing it.
Just not doing it.
Yeah. And then you're shocked because then you show up and you're like, what happened? And then you talk to someone like, oh, we didn't have it in the budget this year. It didn't happen. It's like, I think more people would show up if they were more informed about issue or given opportunities.
Right. Well, I mean, and this isn't, a knock on any of the departments or anything like that, but, the federal government and state government just moves at a snail's pace with anything that they do. And it's because there's so much red tape that everybody has to go through to do anything. If they would try and free some of that up, it would make a world of difference.
Yeah. I mean, just, I don't know. I wish I had a better, quicker answer, especially on some of our public ground. Now like the Homachita just got smashed with that recent tornado.
Flattened.
But you look at long-term research, and sometimes these things are really good because they improve nesting area over time. It may be a short-term setback. So like that's my thing. It's like, okay, the Homachita got devastated by a tornado this year. Maybe we need to do something like a special emergency situation where we're only allowing this many birds harvested or something like that, just to ensure that place has turkeys for a long time. Because we know they'll bounce back, but it's going to take some time. So maybe, not coming in there and wiping out the turkeys that are left. I don't know, because there's a lot of people that might be listening to this on the Homachita, and they're, going to be really upset, think that they might not be able to kill as many birds. But I'm like, hey, if you really care, you want to hunt these birds for a long time.
Right. Like you said, it might be a short-term hurt. It may suck for a year or two, but 3, 4, 5 years down the road, you might see an explosion. It'd be better than it's ever been. So there's a lot of conversation you can have around all this stuff, and there's obviously the private citizen has a lot of good ideas and wants to have input, but there's not a lot of avenues for us to have that.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what to do about it, other than try and talk to your legislators and see what kind of input you can have. But
or sharing information too. That's like us doing this podcast. Maybe we spark some interest, and people like reach out, and who knows whether that goes from just more people talking and everything. I just think there needs to be more information out there to the people, and just like giving people more of an opportunity.
Yeah. Well, and there's having conversations like this, with two people who live and breathe hunting, and they want to see the best for the resources. Conversations like this are necessary to maybe move the needle on something, or get somebody involved and say, hey, look, I heard y'all talk about this. I feel the same way. Here's something that I know about that you guys could, maybe get into or whatever. So, starting to have the conversation. I think platforms like this, podcasts, that side of social media is excellent for hunting. The kill for clout side of social media is a very, very bad part of it.
I agree 100%, man. Dude, I feel like we could talk for hours.
Let's just lock this room and we can talk all night.
Yeah, we can talk all night. Unfortunately, I can't today. But dude, I just thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Really enjoyed it.
We'll do a part 2.
But yeah, we'll definitely do a part 2. Bring you back on, because I want to hear about that Africa hunt.
Yeah. So, we'll do a post Africa hunt.
Post Africa, maybe a post Kodiak. Recap on there. But dude. Maybe we play a little golf between now and then.
Absolutely. We can workshop some ideas on the golf course.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, dude, enjoyed it.
Yep.
Appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.